Good morning, traders, and this is the Dax daily review for today. Now, the daily, we did get a bit of continuation from this big red bar here on last week Thursday, but this little setup here is pretty much a pin bar. So you can see the tail is almost the same, so it's actually a bit longer than the body. Now, normally when that happens, the longer the tail, the more probability that it is a pin bar. And not that they always work out, as you can see over here. But more importantly, if you have a look at this one here, you can see that kind of worked out. This is also a wise man number one. Price is moving this way, and look what the alligator's doing. Okay, oscillator's also grouped to the downside, so I'm kind of in two minds this morning. Yeah, I've been looking at this quite some time and can't really get a good read on it, which is always a worry in my eyes. So what I want to do is, okay. So there's a level that I need to worry about. So this level here is 10815. Okay, the 10815 is definitely a breakout that we've had in the past. Remember, I'm on the weekly now. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can call that one 9, 10, 11. So we've had over 11 weeks basically hovering around this area of 11,815. Okay, so I would expect us to tag this level again, to be honest. And I'm also expecting one of two things. Either we're going to break back below this level of 10,286, will then bring the target of 9,700 to play on, which is this inverse, head and shoulders, not inverse head and shoulders. Here it is here. But that's the weekly, so take it with a pinch of salt. The one part that is concerning me is that we have basically rejected the 200 EMA right now. So from a weekly perspective, trend is still down. From a daily perspective, trend was up. Trend is still up at this stage, but we have broken. I'm just going to adjust this line. We have broken through this fractal level of 11,045. Okay, now I would expect us to come and test this. So what I'm looking for, I'll show you on the lower time frame. I'd expect a bit of a rally up into this area and then continue to the downside. But one thing's for sure is between 11,045 and 10,815 or 10,820, sorry, 10,820, there is a lot of congestion. Okay, so don't be too surprised if we sort of muck around in this area again today. Looking at the 4 hour, 4 hour gives us yet another different picture. We had a solid move. I would expect us to come back up, test this 200 moving average and this break, and then get a second move to the downside. So that is pointing to a short, and the 1 hour, we are short at the moment. So long as we stay below the alligator, we are staying short. And I think that's kind of the view that I have at the moment. I'm looking for continuation to the downside. It is Monday, so I will wait for the European Open proper before we even start committing to a trade. But get your levels drawn in. This 11,050 area is very critical. Okay, 11,050. If that gets rejected again, it got rejected twice, 2 days in a row, gets rejected a third time, then you have a pretty good setup for a short. The other thing that you can bear in mind is that you've got these other two 1 hour levels here, which are also below the alligator. So that's also an area that you want to watch for. So that would be 11,013 and 10,968. So I'd actually even round it off to 1100. Okay, so basically these fractals here are what I'm looking to get retested. So this bottom one has been retested already, and we may have the top one. So what you the way that I would also look at this is wait for that first hour of trading. Okay. And you can see on Thursday, it kind of played out, although this tail up here may have triggered some people to look for a long on the lower time frames, but use your 30 minutes or even your hour to determine what your trend is at the moment. Okay. So, and the only reason why I'm saying it is because there's so much volatility on the higher time frames, bit of confusion reigning as well. So your lower time frames are going to tell you whether you're above or below a trend. And you can see Thursday and Friday. Thursday was a pretty strong downtrend. Friday was a pretty strong downtrend. But we're still technically in a downtrend for as long as we stay below the alligator. Okay. And 11,050 is your line in the sand. That's the area that you want to stay. So for as long as we stay below this area, I think the trend is still to the downside. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. I'm expecting a little bit of a sort of sideways, slightly up movement, and then everybody gathering their thoughts and start pushing us to the downside. It may only happen this afternoon, the afternoon session, but that's kind of what I'm looking for. If we do get a break above 11,050 and we stay above 11,050, then I think I'll change my tune and start looking for longs. And this, it's almost 200 points. So I'm kind of in two minds as to whether I even want to bother with this, especially when you look at the levels that I need to worry about. It's 170 points apart, which is fairly large for the Dax. But anyway, I think that's pretty much what I'm looking at. I'm still looking at a continuation to the move of this move to the downside, and just want to do it from a higher level. So I want to be at 11,050. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's my view on the DAX today. Looking for a second move of this nice long move to the downside, but obviously not at this level. I'm looking for a pullback back to the 200 moving average, back to this previous breakout, and then another attempt. And don't be surprised if we ended up with a double bottom at 10,866, because that will definitely be an area of profit taking for me, just based on what I can see to the left. Okay. So anyway, guys, that's kind of my view at the moment. A little bit confused, but we will pick up those levels off a 12 or 15 minute chart, and pretty much I think those are the two areas that you need to watch for. So 11,050 to the upside, and 10,866 to the downside. Anyway, guys, whatever you do, keep your stops really, really tight. I think there's still going to be a lot of volatility and confusion today, and probably for the rest of the week while the politicians try to figure out what to do. Anyway, guys, enjoy the day, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.